All right. Project 2, social media influence. So social media is digital technology that can have instant sharing online, so you can connect with anybody in the world real easily, real quickly, and see what they're up to. Instant messaging, you can have a conversation like texting each other. You can even FaceTime or Skype call, video chat, voice chat, public content on social media, just like following big name celebrities and news outlets and staying up to date on what's happening in the world. Public content, so like anybody has access to it. Social media is mostly free, so it's for the public. Self promotion and business, so a lot of people use social media to talk about their business and promote themselves. Like I have a friend at work, she has a side business where she goes and does personal training for people, and she uses Facebook and Instagram to connect with people to try and get new clients. And in the book, they said anyone with internet can create a social media account. So that's how easy it is for anybody in the world to join one of these social medias. They don't even need internet at their home. They can go to the library and check it out. It's really easy. So the three that I chose are the three main social media pages everybody knows. Facebook was one of the first real big ones that everybody joined. And then Instagram came shortly after Facebook. It's a little bit more towards like younger people than Facebook is. And Twitter, everybody uses Twitter, it seems like, for everything. So for Facebook, I have some pictures of what I use Facebook for. So it's generally more family friendly. So most of my family, extended family, lives in other states. So we don't really talk as much. We don't really see them too much. But I have an example here. My wife posted a few pictures of us and our little baby, and shared it on Facebook. And so I took her post and I shared it on top of that. So not everybody that is friends with her gets to see it, and then everybody I'm friends with, so all of my family that don't get to see us, they all still get to see what we're up to online. So it does help everybody connect. And Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is a big thing. I actually sold a car on Facebook Marketplace myself, but just for for example, these people are selling cars. This guy's selling an Xbox. This guy's selling a PlayStation 1. And businesses like Family Dollar has ads up on the marketplace. Busch Gardens has ads for their Howl-O-Scream Halloween time event. So everybody can connect on social media to promote their business and make a little bit of extra money. Longtime friends, it's a good way to connect with people, just like family. Longtime friends you might not see in a while. And Facebook, generally, it seems like, is for not so much as younger kids, so you don't really see a lot of teenagers or early 20s on Facebook. I have Facebook and I've always liked it, but it seems like nobody else around my age has Facebook. I guess they all say it's for the old people. Instagram is a little bit more popular with everybody. Not so much with the older generations. Like, you don't see a lot of your grandparents on Instagram posting stuff. But Instagram is more for pictures and video. This guy, I had found this on the popular page. He has a picture of his Porsche, and he's out. It looks like they're in Italy, him and his girlfriend, having a nice drive. So they're showing off their fancy car and their fancy location. It has 7,000 likes. So unlike Facebook, where it's really personal, Instagram anybody can really see it. Um, like I don't know who this person is. I just found them on the popular page, and I'm sure 7,000 other people just saw the picture and liked it too. And they have the Instagram stories. It's just kind of like another posting. It's only up there for 24 hours, but it's pretty much another way of sharing pictures. The memes, of course, there's one up in here on the popular page. There's a little cat in this one. Just another funny thing that you can connect on social media over. And you can tag people, so they have the guy tagged in this picture as well, so every like you'll get a notification too. So these are some pictures I took from my Twitter account just as an example. But for Twitter, it's more of like thoughts and words. There are pictures and videos, but most of the time it's just people sending out little messages that can be like, they can be political, they are very opinionated, and it is popular with most ages, so everybody's seeing everything. A lot of news companies a lot of news outlets use Twitter to get their stories across. Like this one down here, they're talking about the Yankees shortstop hits his first run home game in a MLB game. Just sports news, National Taco Day, other news, not anything too important. But the political side, I have an example here. Donald Trump Jr. Talking about how the hurricane in Florida is destroying a bunch of homes and people are not having their normal lives. Everything has been messed up. So he's using this as a political thing to say we should send help to Florida before we send any money to Ukraine, which is another issue on the other side of the world that we're involved in. But just some examples, and this guy is promoting some music, so trying to get more people to listen to them. So there are a lot of positives and negatives with social media. I have some positives here. The positives, an example from the book I chose was observational learning. So people observe other people and then they learn from what they're doing and they try to replicate. So sharing videos on Facebook of maybe how to like fix a car or hang up a shelf can help people learn. Sharing videos of just explaining different concepts can help people learn too. The self concept, a good positive thing on the self concept is that you can share only what you want. So if you look at your Facebook page and it's all good things, it might help you feel a little better, show you what you're proud of. Everything's in one spot. Social comparison. This can be positive and negative, I would say, because you can compare yourself to other people and say, oh, you're doing just as good, or unfortunately a lot of times you see like the guy with the Porsche in Italy, you're like, oh, I wish I was in Italy. So that can be also considered a negative. Another example out of the book I chose to bring up was person perception, process of learning about other people. So you can still learn about other people and not have to learn and try to copy them. So like the Donald Trump Jr., I learned his position on a lot of stuff, seeing him post all his political opinions. So you learn about how other people think and how they feel. Okay, so with the positives comes the negatives. An obvious negative that I chose was false consensus bias. So if you're only choosing to follow certain people and you're only looking at what you want to look at, you're not going to see everything in the world. So if you're only following certain news sources, if you're only listening to CNN, you might not see what Fox News says, or another news outlet that might have a different opinion. So you're only following the same people, you're only seeing their opinion. So you end up believing them and thinking that they're absolutely right before doing more research and seeing the truth for yourself. So that can cause a lot of problems with what you believe. Overconfidence, I would say this is a negative because you can become overconfident if you see a video on YouTube or someone shared it on Facebook and you see the video and say, oh, this is so easy. For an example, let's say they're trying to fix a leaky pipe underneath the sink and they do it super quick and easy on the video. So you're like, oh, awesome. I'm gonna be super overconfident, I'm gonna do this myself. And then you end up messing everything up, you break everything, and now you gotta pay somebody else to fix it for you. Or another way overconfidence could be bad is if you're sharing all this stuff on the internet and you're getting all these likes and you look super cool on the internet, but then in real life, when you are going in for a job interview or you're trying to talk to somebody in real life, it might make you feel like you're better than other people, or you might be intimidated to talk to somebody in real life. But the overconfidence would be like thinking that you're better than others if you're getting a lot of likes online. Another negative, I considered this negative, was self-complexity. The book described it as a different and relatively independent way of thinking about themselves. So if you look at the three that I mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all three of those, even though they're all social media, most people use them very differently. So Facebook, like I mentioned, is the good for family, so you're probably not sharing any inappropriate or really gross, funny stuff on Facebook or horrible stuff on Facebook. You're more connecting to family and longtime friends. Instagram is going to be a lot of pictures of yourself, so make yourself look as good as you can on Instagram. It'd be a different way to think of yourself. And then Twitter, people say some outlandish, crazy things on Twitter, like absolutely disgusting things sometimes that I would never ever share on Facebook. So I'm sure those people on their Twitter page are a lot different than their Facebook page because they don't want grandma seeing what they're thinking in their free time. And another negative that I mentioned was fundamental attribution error. The last negative I have listed on the PowerPoint is a fundamental attribution error. So this is a negative because when we see these videos online of people acting crazy or doing terrible things, or we see people share their opinion and it's something outrageous, it's easy to say, like, what a stupid person or what a horrible person, but we don't know what the full situation is. We only see the bad or the crazy part, so it's hard to know the full story because it never actually really gets shared online. You only see the crazy thing, and that's because that's what people want to see. So the fundamental attribution error applies because it's easy to look at people online and not consider what the situation is or what might have happened beforehand. And the last negative that I want to mention is that social media is extremely addictive. A lot of people spend a lot of hours on it by accident before they even realize it's taken up hours of their day. Hours they could have been doing something productive, but it's easy to log on and then lose track of time. It just happens, and unfortunately, to keep in touch with most people nowadays, that's the only way we really communicate with each other, is when we see something online and just liking your friend's picture. It's sad because in a way it is separating people, and people aren't actually talking to each other as much. They're just seeing these little images or little passages, and that's all they're interacting with each other. But it is addictive, and a lot of people end up spending a lot of time. And my works cited page. Thank you.